Would you all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pat, have you got the roll taken? Dave, do you have a request?
Yeah, I do have a request.
He's going to take the roll.
Yeah, I'll take the roll.
Oh, okay.
Trustee Clayton?
Present.
Kinsey? Yes. Collins? Here. Ben Horst?
Yes.
Mal?
Yes.
Goodman? Mayor?
Here, Mr. Chairman. Dave, do you have a request?
Time constraints today. My wife is out of town, so I have to get my daughter to a appointment by 1, so if it's okay with the board, would I like to request, we have public comments. First, take the warrant vote, and then reopen public comment, and I can stay for as well.
Okay. Everybody okay with that?
Thank you.
So, we're here to pass the warrants. Does anybody have any comments or questions about the warrants that we couldn't do last meeting? Yes.
The only thing I would request is that while I'm looking at the warrants to be paid, of course, I'm trying to pick through them. Seems like we have a lot of insurance companies, and I will FOIA the policies for and stuff, but if they could become a little more detailed to where we wouldn't have to bother you on why we're paying for this or paying for this, and it doesn't have a full explanation, that I think would be beneficial to the citizens of this town, because, I mean, if you had a little more detailed, I could look at it and say, okay, I understand this part, instead of having to FOIA, which apparently is costing us a lot of money. So if we could do that, I think that would be helpful in some way. Is it at all possible to get a little more detail in the warrants that are being paid?
Pat, Sherry?
I mean, I don't think it's about as detailed as it's coming from, straight from the departments that are requesting the purchases of what they're purchasing. As far as the insurance, that flows through the payroll process, with Hospital Shield or health insurance.
Some of them said eye insurance and dental insurance, but then of course, the next thing you know, you've got 3 or 4 other insurance companies in there. And it just seems like a lot of insurance companies, and with me selling insurance before, I can't understand why we have so many. And if they'd ever gone out for bid for looking at the prices and things like that.
A lot of them are not benefits we're providing. They're deductions, companies that have come in and presented policies to employees that have signed early.
So you subtract it from the employee's paycheck and pay off the lump sum, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then the only other question I had, I probably should direct towards you, Sherry. When we were looking at something, maybe sounds simple to you, but this is how I'm trying to go through the warrants. Something as simple as $450 for envelopes. Those aren't envelopes for our billing, are they? Doesn't the company that does our billing supply those?
Correct. Those
Okay.
are not. We
All right.
have,
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't paying for the billing company to, the envelopes. Okay, like I said, just a suggestion to make it easier so that we don't have to FOIA everything and get all that information. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments about the warrant? Okay, Pat, would you take the vote, please?
Need a motion.
Yeah, we need a motion.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, second.
And the only item I have here is continuing education expense for a contractual worker. I don't know if that's something, in my experiences, I find that typically those contractual workers take care of their continuing education expense. And I don't know what exactly he's being trained on, but I would assume that they would bear that responsibility.
Pat, do you have that?
Which one that is?
I think that's got something to do with something we're requiring him to.
Like Kurt or?
Yeah.
It's Kurt. It's Kurt.
Yes.
Is it Kurt?
It was something that's required as part of his employment, but he doesn't use it in his, as a, I can take a look at it. I remember when Ryan presented the invoice that he had noted on there something of that nature in response to.
Ryan didn't mention that to me, so I didn't know that was on there, but we'll look into it. You want that full?
Yeah, if you couldn't mind, just I don't want to set a precedent for contractual workers.
Okay, Mark's made a motion to pull that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So that leaves, who was the first, who was the,
Dave.
and who was the second?
Me.
On the regular?
Matt?
Okay. Okay, now we're ready to take the vote. Pat, would you take the vote, please?
Trustee Clayton?
Yes.
Kimsey? Yes. Felton?
Yes.
Van Horst?
Yes.
Mel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now we're moving on to just regular public comment. Would someone like to address the board today?
Happy to kick it off. My name's Kirk Allen. I spoke
Kurt,
with
how do you spell your last name?
Allen.
Okay, thank you.
Assumptions drawn lead to incomplete and often inaccurate conclusions. Citizens are forced in many cases to make assumptions based on the limited information provided from the local government officials. As it relates to the Village of Chatham, we've been asked to get involved as an organization because we were told a lot of questions simply are not getting answered according to those who contacted us. I have 3 questions. What is the fixed maximum amount of Chatham's share cost it proposes to pay, to advance, or to obligate itself to as it relates to the Water Commission program? What is the period over which it proposes to pay its obligation? And what is the maximum amount to be paid annually if such obligation is to be paid in installments? Those 3 questions relate to specific mandates found in Division 135 as it relates to the creation of the Water Commission, of which I raised those same 3 issues at the last meeting. I don't expect an answer on the spot, as that would be unreasonable. I also understand that you are under no statutory obligation to respond, but would hope you don't take that position. The last meeting we attended, I must say, I was pleased to see such a positive interaction with the public. Although tensions may not have been eliminated, it did appear a few on this board were listening and wanted to provide key information on concerns. That's a good thing. It's our understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, the President has taken the position, or this board as a whole, that people's right to speak is just that, their right to speak, and the body has no obligation to answer. I do appreciate the interaction that just took place. The Open Meetings Act provides the people a right to speak at every meeting. That right brings with it the full protection of the First Amendment. Considering you have the President of the Board of Directors of the Illinois Municipal League as your village president, the Deputy Legislative Director with the Illinois Municipal League as a trustee, I have a challenge for the 2 of you. It may be a challenge that lets the community know what your real commitment to serving them really is. The following language appears in the County Code, the School Code, the University Code, and the Community College Act. Quote, at each regular and special meeting which is open to the public, members of the public and employees of the county, school, and universities, whichever applicable statute, shall be afforded time subject to reasonable constraints to comment or to ask questions of the board. The legislative purpose of that was to get answers to those questions. I challenge you to work with the legislatures to have the same language placed into the municipal code, as most people in the state would agree. Failure to answer questions leads to assumptions having to be made, and if those assumptions are wrong, it creates more problems. Help eliminate the problem by pushing for legislation from your positions of influence on the IML, which, by the way, is the least you can do, considering it's the citizens of municipalities throughout the state that fund your ability to operate and be employed. I look forward to answers to those 3 questions I present. Thank you.
Well, I will take your suggestion back to the IML. I don't have a problem with that at all. So, thank you very much.
And I never have a problem answering anybody's questions when I know the answer, so I'll be glad to continue to do that. And, you know, I think I've asked several times for the financial that we have an RFP and see what our future is, but I've had no response in the last couple of meetings from other trustees.
Kurt, can I get a copy of that so I can put your 3 questions in the minutes? Thank you.
Would anyone else care to address the village board today?
I have some questions on behalf of someone who couldn't be here. You probably can't answer these right now, so if anybody, I can leave my email or something if you guys can later. But they wanted to know which employees, officers, or members have been designated to receive training on compliance with the Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 120/1.05. And how many members have successfully completed that electronic training? And she also wanted us to raise a hand on how many of the trustees had to take off work today to attend this meeting.
Those that have jobs.
Well, I completed my training.
Yeah, I completed mine. I did not have to take off work.
I'm sorry, what?
I did not have to take off work.
You did not have to take off work?
I'm always
I did.
working.
Who did?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna have to take off.
It's on your lunch?
Yeah, but it's obviously gonna go tomorrow, so.
Okay.
I wish I had a scheduled 8 to 5 job.
Dave, you're your own boss, right? Essentially? Yeah, you're your own boss.
No, I'm the people's boss too, still
I'm
there.
sure it's important.
I am the members too.
Okay.
I think we're all, doesn't matter.
I think so.
Okay.
Trustee Al, did you take off work today? No? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else care to address the village board?
I would.
Yes, ma'am.
Bear with me, it's my first time speaking in public.
Oh.
My name,
Your name,
please.
I'm just gonna say that. My name is Mary Ann Theoret, it's Theoret. We moved here from Minnesota, from my husband's job, and we did not know anything about the water issues here until one day, we just happened to have the regular news on, and it says boiling water, and somebody was saying they were losing their hair and stuff, and I thought, well, what the heck? I'm losing my hair. I have chemical burns. I have a bacterial fungal rash that I'm dealing with. I have asthma now. I never had asthma up in Minnesota. I'm in bed at nighttime and I'm just wheezing. My voice comes and goes. I have hair loss. I brought a bag of with me if you need to see it, that just taking one shower, all my hair is falling off. I have used to have really long, thick hair. It is really thin now. I got all these little pieces coming out everywhere. My skin is itchy. The water turns, I treat my hair once a week because the water turns my hair orange. If I was a teenager, that would probably be fine, but not at my age. And our water stinks. My husband gets ear infections. He has itchy skin also. We both go to the dentist every 6 months to have our teeth cleaned. We are starting to have cavities. We've never had cavities. And there's black stuff coming out of our shower. And I have to take steroid cream, and the long-term effect of taking steroid cream is not free. Wherever you put it on your skin, it makes your skin thin. It can get into your bloodstream. How much do we have to go through this more? I've had it up to here. I am in so much physical pain that sometimes I can't leave home because I have to have just a gown on and nothing on underneath because it hurts my skin. And with this, I've already contacted an attorney for a personal injury suit and going forward with it because I shouldn't have to go through it. My husband shouldn't have to go through it. When my son and my grandsons came here in March on spring break, my little grandson, his whole bottom was just beet red from the chemicals that are in the water. When are you guys going to do something? Are you going to wait until somebody dies? Or till more lawsuits are going to come forward? Because I'm sure once I file this, there'll be a class action suit.
Okay, well, thank you for your comment. Anybody else care to address the village board today? Yes, ma'am.
Talk to anybody?
Wait.
Did you
Yeah.
talk to, have you talked to like the office? We need to get your address.
Yeah, because they'll come out and,
She lives right next, across the street from me too, with
Okay.
her problems. So yeah, I've called many a times. I have pictures of what the black stuff that's coming out of faucets. If you'd like to see my hair, I have it in a bag even here if you want to see it.
You don't have to prove it to me, but I just want to make sure they've tested and everything, your water. And I'm not saying I don't, we just need to get everything we can now that we have CMT on board and make sure we can get all the information possible.
and ma'am, I think if you talk to Pat, you can maybe talk after the meeting if you don't want to share your address publicly or whatever. But the village they'll come out and they'll do testing and they'll look at some other things. And then the other thing that would be helpful, to the extent you want to share it, if you've been working with a physician that has, diagnosed or tied some of these.
That's when the attorney files, you'll get all the doctors' names.
Okay.
All the people that worked with my hair, statements from everybody.
Okay, that's fine, and if you want to do it that way, that's fine too, but otherwise, that's information that's helpful to us as well, so.
Well, it's better to go through the attorney to
That's
make
fine.
sure that everything is done legally.
And if you want to have your attorney contact me, that's fine too, I can give you my
Do you
information.
have your business card that I have?
I don't, but I can get you the information.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I've had the same problem, I've been here before, and...
Can I have your name, please?
Doris Perkins. I've done this work before, and told you, we're here temporarily, we're going to move back to Springfield, we're building in Springfield. But we've been here almost a year and a half, had nothing but problems with the water, same as she said, with the blackness in the water. And I've been to dermatologist myself, I've got several things I have to put on my face, I had to keep red blotches up here before I got the ointment. My eyelids were like stuck together, my husband had the same problem. The dermatologist thought it was because I wear makeup. I didn't wear makeup for 3 months because I had nose surgery, so I couldn't wear makeup. But I'm still having the same problem. Every time I get out of the shower, our eyelids get stuck together and get real red on the eyelids. And I had a patch up here, which I thought was skin cancer. But I've been to a dermatologist and she's giving me medications. And she wants to go through other tests on it, and test for lead poisoning and stuff like that, since they said there was lead in the water. That's what's on TV, like lead being in the water pipes and stuff. So she wants me to continue with the meetings too from time to time, to find out what's being done. I appreciate it.
Okay.
It helps not only our family, but every family that's here.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
With the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Meeting stands adjourned.
Just have to figure out, because you can't walk all the way to the front.